Hello Galactic family. Gaia Light, it's time to heal. It's an honor to connect with you this way. Thank you for choosing to consciously align yourself with a path of love and expansion, and for allowing your heart to be open. There are many new changes happening now, so let's get right to them. Expressing us. The first weeks of July refer to getting out of our energy shell. There will be a strong desire to get out of our regular routine, to try something different. If we go out naturally and in person, this will only be intensified. If we tend to become a little more timid and introverted, these next few weeks will open something inside us, giving us the opportunity to release much of the armor we have built around us. This armor was intended to protect us in the old paradigm. However, this is no longer necessary because our mind is expanding to a point where it fully understands that our spirit cares for and always cared for us, every step of the way. This armor can now be pulled away. Being seen. We enter this world to be seen. To be seen begins with a conscious choice to see us first. If we are not seeing ourselves fully by the magnificence that we are, we will continue to look outside ourselves for approval, love, and acceptance. Doing this will keep us in the mode of persecution, where we are constantly seeking something, and never feeling truly happy and fulfilled. When I mentioned that we enter this world to be seen, did this seem true to you? Or did you feel that there was some resistance? If you feel resistance, know that this is absolutely normal. Often, the reason we are resistant to something that helps us become a priority, or that allows us to shine brightly, is that we are conditioned to believe that the opposite is preferable. We learned early on to blend in with most of society. We decided it was not safe or that it was not good for us to be entirely ourselves. And when we were being ourselves, it seemed we were punished for it, because the world did not seem ready for what we had to offer. Of course, we know that this is not what was really happening, when we look at it from an expanded perspective. But for the mind, these experiences were very important and shaped as we began to appear in the world. The way we move beyond the need to identify with the old patterns of remaining safely invisible is to understand that this has never had anything to do with someone seeing us. It was about us seeing each other. Each experience we have always brought us the gift of consciousness. The awareness of seeing ourselves, loving ourselves, and honoring ourselves fully. During the first half of July, we may find ourselves wanting to connect and communicate more with others. This could happen face-to-face, over the phone, online or in some other way. As long as this presents itself, it is important to honor this moment without being attached to what we really want to say. We may also find ourselves trying new things. It could be something like experiencing a new course or hobby, until we do a completely new hairstyle. Whatever it is that presents us, as long as it seems positive and exciting, now is the time to try it. Expressing our thoughts, feelings, ideas and heart in the early parts of July will lay the groundwork for the second half of July, which consists of acting, especially with the most passionate things about creating and experiencing. A healing time. During the last weeks and continuing through July, many will notice and experience great changes, especially when it comes to our healing journey. The paradigm in which we expand now is to allow rapid healing changes to take place in our physical, emotional, mental, and financial bodies. The cure used to be more about doing, which demanded more energy from effort. Now, it's more about simply being, where we operate from a space of permission. When we let things unfold as they should be naturally, where we do not interfere, healing occurs on its own. Those who serve as holistic/wellness therapists, or spiritual teachers, and those in the creative arts, may have noticed that their gifts have evolved rapidly over the past few months. It takes a certain type of practice to achieve a state of pure permission, where we no longer exert as much energy as we may have done in the past, especially when it comes to achieving a desired result. One of the main reasons for this is that the need or attachment to achieve a particular outcome is actually diminishing. This opens us to even greater results, of which the mind has not yet consciously thought. That is where the saying, "Release and allow God/the universe to take care of everything," finally begins to make a lot of sense. When we operate from this space of complete detachment, we become witnesses of physical, emotional, mental, and financial healing, instantaneous, in ourselves, in others and in the world around us. If you feel you have not been able to receive or notice the healing taking place inside you and around you, now is your opportunity to be willing to give up your expectations for specific results. These expectations may be stopping you from experiencing the much higher reality available to you. One of my favorite intentions of the morning is to say, "I choose to release and allow love." It reminds me that whatever burdens and attachments we are still carrying, I can lovingly deliver them to my higher self/spiritual self, so that I can create space for new blessings to come into my life. The attachments that the mind often creates to keep it operating in the energy of doing actually serve as reserved spaces in our inner vision that keep us from perceiving and being open to new and unexpected blessings in our lives. As simple as the intention of "I choose to let go and allow love" may seem, for the mind this can present a real struggle. This is because when the mind tries to let go of something that it thinks it still needs, it is afraid that it is missing out on something important. In fact, by letting go of what no longer serves our highest good, such as attachment to specific results that keeps the mind in fear, worry, lack, judgment, etc., we are not missing anything. Instead, we are gaining everything. As the mind may ask. When we release, we are letting go of the illusion. We can also call it chase. Illusion or persecution is simply another way of saying expect a limited reality. So when we let go of our belief in the limitations around a reality, what happens? We enter into a reality of infinite possibilities, expanding our greater potential and no longer keeping us small. We are then opening ourselves to life in the fullest sense. Finishing the hunt. Society has taught us to look outside ourselves for anything we want to create and experience. This conditioning created the illusion known as the pursuit. This occurs when the mind has decided that it has to pursue and achieve something, exerting a lot of energy and time and overcoming challenges in order to get to what it thinks it really wants. Does not this seem exhausting? However, we all know this process very well, do not we? Choosing to live in the mode of persecution sometimes satisfies the left hemisphere of the brain, which refers to order, structure, and organization. It satisfies this part of the mind because it feeds its ability to operate in linear time, which is where the mental structure and patterns of survival thrive. It is important to honor the structured aspect of ourselves. However, if we are ever operating from this space, especially when it comes to living the life we truly desire, this creates many limitations and depletes us at all levels. The key to attracting well-being, joy, abundance, and all the fun-filled blessings life has to offer is to recognize that the world around us is a direct result of the inner consciousness, thoughts, and actions we are choosing daily. It is about understanding that we are the magnet that brings us all the experiences we are having. So with this awareness that we are the magnet, not our actions, We can then pay attention to whether we are creating from a space of being in illusion/persecution, or creating from a space of total consciousness. We draw to ourselves all that we are experiencing as a result of what we project to the world. So if our desire is to receive more love, then we can become love. If our desire is to become richer, financially, then we can share and give from a space of joy and detachment. The big difference here is that one reality exerts a lot of energy in forcing things to happen, while the other allows us to simply attract and bring the things we want with ease and grace. If we are prepared to heal, we are having the opportunity to do this now, in a very real and lasting way. If we are not fully prepared to heal, this is fine too, there will be more opportunities to do this in the future. Everyone is exactly where they should be on their journey. If you are being called to learn and improve your natural healing and/or creative gifts, trust your inner guidance. You can choose to enrich your gifts by taking a course or workshop that resonates with you, or reading a book that seems empowered. Receiving the support of a compassionate spiritual therapist would be another way to contribute to your healing. As a therapist, I think it may be easy for me to forget to ask for support. In fact, asking for support used to be very difficult for me. But once I decided to get away from my comfort zone and ask for help, many doors that were closed opened to me. I even became a better therapist as a result. Finding an opportunity to be useful to humanity is also something that will greatly support our own expansion and healing. This allows the mind to move away from the pattern of being involved, and redirects its consciousness for the betterment of all mankind. The universe acts of service that come from a space of simply wanting to experience the joy of helping others. Achieving inspired action. As I mentioned earlier in the forecast, during the second half of July, starting around July 17th, we will experience a new confidence that will help us to perform inspired action when it comes to creating and aligning with more exciting things. Inspirational action refers to acting out of a space of complete flow and awareness. She is not forced. It does not require much effort. An important part of inspired action is to allow ourselves to be seen. Instead of staying home most of the time, this will be the time to get out of the house and have some fun. With this kind of being out, all that is required of us is that we are simply ourselves. Everything else will take care of itself, as long as we are present and in the moment, and noticing the opportunities as they arrive. For those who are ready to expand and heal, the temperature is perfect for everything to happen now. As always, it's a great gift for me to share with you this way. If you liked or benefited from reading this forecast, please pass it on to someone you love and care about. With love. Miraculously yours, Emmanuel.